Did Graham Alexander deserve to win the Manager of the Year for League Two? I think he did. Do you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video, go on to do so and subscribe if you're new on the road to 1,000 subscribers. All support's been massively appreciated. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about the achievements of Graham Alexander-Leighton and why I think he did deserve it. But first of all, the candidates, well, the actual people who were nominated, Randy Woodman of Bromley, Matt Sadler of Walsall, and Grant McCann of Doncaster, I think. No, he wasn't even nominated, right, with Darren Moore. I think it was one of them two, anyway. First of all, and I don't think they were the ones who should have been nominated. Matt Sadler shouldn't have been nominated, in my opinion. Holloway should have, and then if it wasn't McCann, you get McCann in there. Woodman did a good job. Basically, if it wasn't McCann, you go Moore. Or if it was Moore, it shouldn't have been Moore. You get McCann in. If you get what I mean. I think McCann has done a better job with Doncaster than Moore has with Port Vale. I think it was more expected that Darren Moore got Port Vale promoted this season. So it ain't as much of an achievement. I think if Port Vale didn't go up, it would have been down to Darren Moore, and that's why I've always thought he's a bit overrated. But maybe that makes him underrated, so maybe that's just me. But I think the problem with Port Vale I've had with them this season is the fact that when the shackles are off, they're going to winning one. They look brilliant to watch, and they're a top quality team, and we saw that against them. They outplayed us, they outfought us, and they've got the ability to do that and mix it up. But when I've watched them, they look like a 3 or 4 or 5 out of 10. They're not a promotion winning team a lot of the time when I've watched them, because they sit back, they invite pressure, they're poor defensively, but when they've gone for games, they look like an 8 or a 9 and they look like they could blitz the league. So that's where my frustration with Darren Moore as a neutral is, but obviously watching the promotion race, I've wanted them to slip up throughout the time. And Grant McCann's done a fantastic job over the course of the last 2 years at Doncaster, considering they're in a relegation battle in December 2023-2024 season, and then they went on a great run, nearly got to Wembley, and then he said, I want to win the league next season. If these players don't believe that or don't want that, they can get out and we can get some new ones in to do it for us. And they've gone and pretty much done it, and if not gone up quite convincingly, and he's done a great job with the style of play and the motivation. Andy Woodman, he's done a great job at Bromley and getting them up in the first season, of first time of asking, but I don't think anyone truly believed they'd go down with the backing that they've had and teams coming up from the National League. So I don't think it's a great achievement, but he's done a great job. Compared to the others, though, I don't think it is. And Matt Sadler obviously bottled it. So Graham Alexander, I think he deserves it because nothing's been done yet. Won the voting, I think it was February when it happened, or at least that's what I've been told, it was February. So I think when you look at it in February, Walsall were slipping. They've already been slipping for around a month and a half already, and that's because Nathan Lowe went. And the thing I don't understand about it is Nathan Lowe got recalled by Stoke. Okay, what's the big deal about that? Because last season for Walsall, the fact they nearly got in the playoffs was all because of Isaac Hutchinson. They were a one-man team then. They're a one-man team this year of Nathan Lowe. Next season they'll be a one-man team if they keep Matt Sadler, because he can't adapt. He can only play to one player's strengths. Whereas Graham Alexander, and I think it could be the case for other teams, but Port Vale are a team, Doncaster are a team, even though they've got a star player in Molyneux. Bradford City are a team, we ain't got one star player. Our star man was Andy Cook. And if Doncaster lost Molyneux, be interesting how they reacted with that. He gets injured at the same time as Nathan Lowe. One team dips, the other team rises. That's no fluke. That's because we've got a manager who can adapt. And Graham Alexander's had to adapt to on-field and off-field situations relentlessly whilst he's been Bradford City manager, and that's an underrated skill that man can possess, because what he's done off the pitch is just as important as what he's done on the pitch with results. And I just want to start with off the pitch. When he came into Bradford City, we was in a mess. We were a circus. And it's not all down to him. We've made improvements off the field, but I'm not even talking about the boardroom. That's what caused a lot of the friction and the tension and the toxic nature of Valley Parade. And it was an awful place to go and watch football for a period of time during Alexander's reign as well, in those first 3 or 4 months, particularly around February, March time, when we were, had that 5-1 defeat to Mansfield, which had a couple of dodgy decisions from Alexander himself, 3-0 to Notts County and 3-0 or 3-1 to Harrogate. There were poor decisions from him, but it was the overall atmosphere, the mentality in the club, and he's been a big catalyst at changing the mentality and building the culture. And he relentlessly says, I want Bradford City fans to come to a Valley Parade and have a team that they can be proud of and can see their identity. and we can. We've got our club back. We've got our identity back as a football team. And Graham Alexander's built that over the course of having to go through difficult times at Bradford City himself, where he's had questions labelled at himself, and it was dark. I mean, we were that much of a mess that we had 2 caretakers after Mark Hughes was sacked to the time that Graham Alexander came in. You know, there were a lot going on behind the scenes, and whether he had a say in David Sharp in the building or not, that's had a big impact. But the fan culture of Bradford City is back. You know, under Mark Hughes that season, where we were breaking records with attendance that season, we were a decent team. We were in and around the playoffs all season. We're never in the top 3, and the feel around Bradford City throughout this season has been completely different, because the atmosphere has been electric, back to how it should be. The performances have been the best I've ever seen at Bradford City, and I'm not just one to say that. I didn't really see us at 16-17 under McCall. The Parkinson era, I was way too young. But when I hear people want the performances, it were the results, the way we could get a result when we're underdogs. The fact that we had a mentality and the bravery in the team to dig in. And I've seen that in this team, a good mentality to dig in. I've seen the lack of discipline as well, which is concerning, from Alexander himself. 6 yellow cards has meant that he's missed 2 big games in our promotion charge, because he hasn't been able to keep his head either. So you could say he's been in control of that. He's also made some pod substitutions in these last few games that have cost us, you could argue. But that's the reality of a manager. No one's perfect. Everyone's going to make a mistake here and there. But like I say, the important thing of Bradford City, why people always say, oh, Bradford, too good for League Two. But yet, credible journalists, credible content creators, this season thought Bradford City have been in League Two for 6 years. They're a mess off the pitch that the fans can easily turn. We haven't turned this season. There's been murmurs of negativity throughout different periods because of injuries. You know, the September to December one, if you look at our teams we had to play, they're atrocious teams. And yet, we've still got a couple of good results there, here and there, to keep us plodding along, because Alexander adapts. He's not stubborn. You know, sometimes you hear people say he's stubborn. He's not. He's the least stubborn manager we've ever had. You know, he's quick to admit when it's his fault. He's quick to make a half-time substitution, and he's very quick to change the system if it ain't working. But what he's found with this system, with a back 3, the two more defensive midfielders, Smallwood sits deeper, the other one's more of an 8 who sits in with Smallwood, you know, but likes to push on and make himself more of an 8, and the third 10 with the 2 10s that get wide, find pockets of space, and then the energetic striker who's normally Kavanagh, who's a handful. And with the 2 wide wing backs, the 2 wide centre backs like to push on them, almost full backs with high press. I've never seen Bradford City high press the way we do under Graham Alexander, and we force mistake out of opposition at home. And at home, forget away. It's a positive video. We can't talk about the away form, that's forbidden. But at home, this Bradford City team's given us some special memories, and that's all you can ask for at home. Because, like I said earlier, Valley Parade was a graveyard for footballers and for managers, and it was a place where you didn't want to go. It was toxic. It was horrible, but it's become a place of celebration. It's become an atmosphere. It's become a place where you feel like you can beat anyone there, and that's down to that one man, because he's got a team playing attacking, front-footed football, high pressing, get off your seat football. We've had some great goals scored, great memories, and Valley Parade, I've never seen the like. I've never seen us go on a 10-match winning run at home, because it's never happened. We broke the record, 1954. That's unbelievable. Most home wins in a season, I'm pretty sure, beating 15-16 as well. The home form has been simply magnificent and deserving of a team going up. We've got one more home game, one more chance, one more win. That's all we've got to do. And Alexander's given us a pride and an optimism at home, and I have no doubt that we're going to beat Fleetwood at home, because that's what Alexander's give us, a team to be proud of. And Bradford City as a city in England has been underachieving. Bradford City as a football club has been underachieving. Bradford Bulls Rugby Club's been underachieving. What a great time it would be for the culture to get its spotlight, the City of Culture 2025, for City to go up in that season, to get into League One, have a bit of momentum behind them. Bradford Bulls are doing alright, Brian Noble's coming back. Well, great moment that'd be to get back into a Super League. Unlikely, but it could happen. And Obviously 40 years of the fire anniversary coming up as well, and the memorial on Saturday. What an occasion, what a spectacle that's going to be. And Alexander said it, I want Bradford City to be a club where the fans are proud of it. And it's been in our destiny for a long time, but if I wanted any of our previous managers to be in charge for his final game, it'd be Alexander, because I think he's going to get us over the line and get the mentality set, because it's been wonky, discipline hasn't been there, but I have full faith in him, I have full faith in this team, and that's the belief that he's given me, and that's the faith he's given you, and we've seen the atmosphere, we've felt it, and I feel promotion's coming on Saturday. I hope I'm right, but I believe I am, because our home form's been magnificent, and that's down to that one man. And like I say, he's had so many challenges, so many tough moments, so many down moments, but we deserve our day in the sun on Saturday, and it will be down to Alexander because of his adaptation. When he first came to a club, we were playing a 4-4-2. Within 2 games, he realised this team can't do it, we've got to go to a 3-at-back. Played a 3-5-2, realised we can't do that. We'll play with a 3-4-3 with wingers. Can't do that. We'll play 2-10s, and that's where we found it. And his tweaking, his adaptation, and his man management has got us on winning ones. It's got us last season just missing out on the playoffs, and this season building on that, and hopefully not missing out on promotion, because it's in our hands. And if we don't deserve to go up. But this manager deserves his manager of the year because of how he's carried this team and how he's carried himself, and how he's built this culture back at Bradford City, where we're proud of our club. You walk around Bradford and you see more people wearing the colours, and I want to see loads more as well. And we've gone viral with how we've been supported, home and away, and I want to see more of that, and I want to see it in League One, and I think these players and manager do as well, because the silly decisions, because it happens because they care so much. It's silly, it's stupid, it's unforgivable, but they're giving everything, and that's all we've got to do with a calmer head and a less idiotic nature as well on Saturday. But yes, he's brought pride back. That's all you can ask for. Let me know your thoughts. Like I say, I think Ian Oliver won unlucky. I think Grant McCann, with me unbiased, said probably deserved it, with how he's bounced back and how he's carried his Doncaster team, and how he's got them playing a good style. That they're not afraid to go long. They can mix it up. They outplayed us. They beat us twice. But the home game, if you look at our team, it were atrocious. That wasn't really fair with how many injuries we had. It were at our worst stage of injuries, but we were outplayed and outfought and outwitted as well on Saturday. But yeah, Alexander, he deserves it, but whether he should have got it is another thing. But he'll take it, and hopefully we'll take promotion on Saturday and go up along with Doncaster and Port Vale. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Alexander deserves it? Who do you think deserves League 2 Manager of the Year? And how would you sum up Alexander's reign so far? Do you think the comments are fair? I think that they are, in terms of the pride that I've got watching this team. The best team I've watched in performance, the way we high press, the way we get the ball down, the way we transition, the energy we have. Like I say, with Andy Cook, we're more of a hoof team. He won us 11 points. We're 100% reliable on him, but we had to change, we had to adapt, and now we get the ball down a lot more. We're much better in the counter attacks, and we've had to adapt. That's another positive of Alexander in the way we've changed our style, and it's been the best football I've ever seen at Bradford City. But would you disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're new. On the road to 1,000 subscribers. All support has been massively appreciated over the last few weeks. Have a good one.